But I really need this base in here, I think, because it adds such a wonderful, subtle foundation to the darker pencils. As many of you know, when you get to those darker pencils, that's what the patch exercise lets you know. The texture becomes much more evident because of the softness of the lead and the dark contrast between that and the paper. And then if you go ahead and say, well, I can smooth it out afterwards, you're still going to come up with a little bit different texture than you would if you built it up from the base with a 4H. And then that gives me the opportunity to come in with 4H and do what I'm doing, mold and just fine tune the contours. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get a little more value in here because I've come to the limit of my 4H. And remember, because this right here, it goes up into a contour. If you're not careful, you can make a clean line all the way up here. It isn't. This is a contour in and out and down deep. But right here, this nose is flared out enough that we start having a clean edge. That is the only place that is as we go towards the upper part of the nose. And then I want to have a contrast between this clean edge and the shadow that's being cast. It can be a very defined shadow, but I just want to knock the edge off so there's no confusion. Remember that sphere exercise all the way through this process because there are subtly deeper, darker places. And that sphere gives you that opportunity to see and express that where there's no edge, it's just a contour, and it gives you that part that's farthest between the two light sources. Now, where in the world? I can always line up things. I want to know where this little value comes up here, so maybe I need to move that over just a little bit. Always something to line it up with. Vertically, horizontally. You can use your reference with the straight edge. You can use your divider, to decide how far over it goes. I like to use them all. So if I didn't make some major mistake, with one of the procedures, then I can catch it with something else. I guess I didn't say that right. If I make a little bit of a slip or something with one of the things, I can always be looking to see how it measures up with all the other things visually. So it gives me a great clue. Well, I must have had something slip here. This angle is wrong. I must have had something slip here. This doesn't line up. And again, some of these, I see little recessions or whatever, indentations here as we go along here. And I don't want to make too much out of them, but I am going to document them and try to see the direction of the curve because there is a complement to the contour of his features. So it's kind of like the barrel. You could take the barrel and wrap the stripes around it. It's kind of like that. Except with the barrel, we really don't see what it would be like if we were to be looking at it from a 3/4 angle or something, where you'd see those stripes really change in direction and width and thickness. And for some of you that don't know what I'm talking about, the barrel is the one of the light exercises, to see if you can just understand how everything gets lighter when it comes towards the light, and everything gets darker when it goes towards where there's less light.